me. I feel it. Like, it makes me want to just do this.
Yeah, that's how I feel when I sing it. Come on,
okay. Springa med tängerna. Kom och fyll mig med mig i skogen. Springa med tängerna.
Oh boy. I really hope we're not just completely destroying. I'm so sorry.
I know, I don't speak Swedish, so
it comes from a place of love, I promise.
Yes.
Kom och följ med mig in i skogen, springa mot ängarna.
My friends, we are super stoked because we have got Helga and Kai with the band HELGA today.
Yeah. Thank
Hello.
you both again for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, we are
Happy
so
to.
stoked. I have been jamming on this stuff, and what's really crazy is, not crazy, but I'm super stoked because Will from Seasons of Mist, when we saw him at the Heilung performance, I almost said show.
Yeah.
And I would have
Don't
gotten
do
my
that.
head chopped off.
Yeah.
We saw him there and he said, look, Helga just put out 2 new singles. This was before Wrapped in Mist
album.
came out. And I was like, oh, I've never heard of it. And put it on the way home, was like,
Blown away.
this is so cool.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Awesome.
One thing, just to get us started, because I'm a little hungry, and I love food. We both love food.
And we've seen you chowing down on some interviews, Helga, so we know that you like a little snack here and there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you guys had one desert island food that you had to eat for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Ooh, tough question.
Good question.
Only one.
One.
Just one.
One thing.
Gosh.
Now, keep in mind, for us, one of our favorites are tacos, and you can repurpose that. You can take the meat out and make something else, so keep that in mind
Yeah.
too.
I think just boiled egg.
Okay.
Boiled egg.
Solid
You
choice.
can eat boiled egg every day, all day for the rest of your life.
Yeah, because it's sort of complete. It has protein and everything. So
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be fine with just a boiled egg.
And you can do a lot with eggs too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah, that's true.
That's a great
Great answer. How about you,
I would
Kai?
have never thought that.
Pretty good segue. I'd probably go bibimbap. I love a good bibimbap,
Ooh,
and you can have a fried egg on
yum.
top of that, and you've got everything going on. You've got the beef, you've got whatever it is you want, you've got all the veggies, and the rice keep you going. So yeah, I could probably live off bibimbap.
The crusty rice on the bottom. Oh,
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
Crispy
hell
eggs.
yeah. That's what it's all about. Yeah,
Right
yeah.
on.
Smart.
Okay. Well, we'll get back into some of the fun stuff and let's kind of talk. Let's talk into some music. I just kind of wanted to see what it was because I just felt my stomach growl. So, Wrapped in Mist has just come out. A
November,
month
was
or
it?
2 ago? Oh, is it already November?
Yeah, I think it was.
Feels like
early
it was
November.
yesterday.
Yeah, we can't believe it's March already.
How's it feel to have it out now? Like, is it
Yeah.
a sigh of relief? Are you guys feeling good now?
Yeah, definitely. Right, Helga. Like it was a long time in the making, this record. So for it to finally be out is as you say, a huge relief. For the longest time, it very much sort of was this kind of a little secret of ours, I suppose. And yeah, just to get it out in the world has been hugely satisfying.
Yeah, definitely. Feels like now we can focus more on other things. Because we've been so anxious about it. Well, I felt so anxious about releasing that album, but now finally we can focus on like maybe the live shows and new music, maybe writing new music and stuff like that. So yeah.
That's amazing. And we've got a couple of questions on both of those things, new music and live shows later on. We'll touch back on that. But how have you guys have been received, or how has the album been received? Have you heard like a lot of good things from people?
Yeah, I mean, it's been overwhelmingly positive, actually. Like we've had very few haters, and everyone's been so kind of enthusiastic about the record. Yeah, it's all we could have asked for, really.
That's amazing.
That's exciting,
Yeah,
right? It's like you had to sneeze and finally you could once you could release
Right,
it.
that's a good analogy.
You know?
That's it.
It's like, true. How about this
Yeah.
badass album? There you go.
Right? We've had it on
It's so
repeat.
surprising how supportive people are. Like people like total strangers just suddenly giving you all the love and support. It's just so grateful.
Oh, that's so good. And you guys deserve it. I'm sure you guys work your asses off. So, you know, it's probably well deserved. And I'm so happy for you guys. You know, I had a question about writing process and stuff like that. You know, like it's already out there how you guys met and stuff like that. But when it comes to writing, I'm a producer and I was a guitar player in a progressive death metal band for a long time. So I know about being, it's fun. I know about being in bands and all that stuff. And I wanted to see how you guys collaborate coming from two different places. Kai, you were already in a band, post-rock type of stuff, which is awesome. When you guys started... definitely. We want to give people something that they haven't heard and isn't already out there a million times, you know? Like, so how did you guys start writing? Like, Kai, did you guys have a bunch of songs already and say, hey, Helga, here's what we've got? Or Helga, do you write music and play a bunch of instruments and say, hey, mix this together with what you got? How did this happen writing wise?
So I think it's the latter, more like. So I start writing something and then take it to Kai and the other guys, and then they build it up from there, I think.
So how do you start writing? Like, do you play guitar, piano? I saw you do a harp lyre. Is that what it's called? A harp lyre or something?
Yeah, sort of. But I mean, my main instrument is the guitar, like classical, electrical guitar. But I do play a little bit of everything, I guess, but not like fluently.
Hey, master of what is it? Jack of all trades?
Yeah.
It's awesome when you can do that.
I don't know if that's a curse or a blessing, but I just love instruments in general, and I think just having that knowledge of these instruments and how they work, I think kind of helps with how you'll think of the production and everything else. And so I just start with the guitar mainly and vocals, and then I leave it to the rest to the guys. Right.
And I want to say it is a blessing to be a jack of all trades, because that's kind of what I consider. I'm not a master. I can't shred like crazy, you know what I mean? But being able to play a bunch of different things gives you such a vast just scope of other things you can do. You don't have to be perfect in everything, you know what I mean? But so I think it's definitely a blessing. Do your lyrics come first ever, or is it vice versa, or just depends on the mood?
Yeah, it depends on the mood, definitely.
It's so fascinating, this whole writing music process. It's something he's more close to, but I'm always so curious. Does the music come first? Do the lyrics come first? Do you go out in the woods with a journal and take notes, and then that materializes? Pardon me?
That happened.
That happened.
Yeah.
We've heard and read and learned that you are very close to nature and feel that so deeply in our soul, and can only imagine you just taking inspiration and having a collection of things that you brought to the table already when you joined up with Kai and Cameron. It sounds like a really neat creative process that you've developed together that works. And
Absolutely.
We also heard that you have, I forget the gentleman's name, but gentleman in Brazil that does the mixing for you.
Oh, yeah. See, that's awesome. And to touch on the nature and things like that, did you have a hard time, Helga, when you left Sweden and went to the city? Because that's when you're used to being in nature and private, and then all of a sudden you're thrown into that.
Culture shock.
Has that affected how you write, and has that come out in your music?
Yeah.
Thank you for that question. I love that question.
Of course.
It definitely affected me. I think since moving to the UK, I started writing what I feel sounds like a very urban, would you say, kind of sound. Not like when I think of the track Burden, for example.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of for me, very upbeat and kind of modern, and something that I don't really associate it with the forest. So, but still has some hints of it.
Sure.
Because I just moved then, and then I started writing that song when I just moved and met Kai and Cameron. So that's kind of inspired by them, actually.
That's awesome.
I love that. Kai, that's got to feel good to hear.
It is, and it's one of my favorite songs on the record. So it's a really kind of lovely sort of.
It's a great song and it's meaningful, right?
That's it.
I totally agree with you on that because I've been listening to it like over and over again. Like I've just really been loving it.
Yeah.
And speaking of the song "Burden," I'm glad you you brought that up because I had one of the questions I had to do with your musical influences.
Yeah.
And one of them I really noticed on the song "Burden" and the song "Water." Metal band. I wonder if you can guess what I might say might be an influence to those songs.
Would that be Opeth?
Yes, it would be. See?
And you're a fan as well, we heard.
Yeah.
It sounds like almost from like the Watershed going into like Heritage, that when they started getting a little bit more folky and stuff.
Yeah.
And it
Wow,
doesn't.
I love Watershed.
Right. And it doesn't sound like them, but I remember hearing it and I was like, oh man,
beautiful.
It's got that dark Opeth vibes, the rhythms, and it's just, I love that.
Beautiful.
I just absolutely love it. And besides Opeth, what are some of your favorite metal acts that influence you guys?
Metal.
Like today. Not something that you grew up with, but like what are you listening to today that you're loving?
Oh, so like metal stuff. There's a band out of the UK called Caligram. They play kind of like blackened hardcore stuff. They're members from all over. The only one member of the band is actually from the UK. You've got Italian members, French members, Brazilian members. They're amazing. Wow. So shout out Caligram. I love those guys. Just some of the coolest. One of my favorite records from last year. They had an album called Position Momentum. So that was a huge record for me last year. And they're like metal stuff. I'm a big fan of like a bunch of black metal bands and a bunch of sort of like progressive metal stuff.
Like what kind of progressive stuff are you getting into these days?
I feel like I'm on the spot now. I am.
Oh no, you can have some time to think of it.
Don't stress. There's no stress here. You're not on any spot. We're just chilling.
Yeah, partly because we enjoy.
Actually, one of the new progressive metal bands that I just heard on Seasons of Mist as well, Temic, and we just did an interview with them.
Right.
Yeah, they're cool, but like, are you into like the Animals as Leaders type of stuff, or Periphery, or a different vein of progressive?
Yeah, well, I mean, we kind of touched on it. Like, I'm a big Opeth fan, and like I like sort of other stuff. Like I like kind of groovier stuff. So like I'm a big fan of like Wolverine Blues by Entombed. I'm just like thinking of a bunch of like metal records that I like.
And I don't even know that. So this is
great.
It's great to hear this because I want to check it out.
Oh yeah. I challenge you not to enjoy Wolverine Blues by Entombed.
Wolverine Blues.
See, we're secretly just trying to learn new music from you too by asking the question. Yeah.
I mean, music is awesome. You know what I mean? Like, music is life. So, you know, I often say I wish I had two brains, one that could just always listen to music and one that could do whatever else I need to do in the day. You know what I mean? Like, I want to focus on music. And how about you?
Oh, no. Go ahead, Helga.
Yeah, how about you with your influences with metal?
I think, so recently I've been listening to this band called Crypta.
I heard of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're sort of death metal from Brazil.
Right.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't listen to a lot of death metal, to be honest. I think it must be just Opeth, really. And then I found this band, like, you know, all girls, and they're really good, amazing. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I just felt kind of inspired, and I was like,
I love it.
Maybe I'll do some death metal later.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But who knows?
That's great.
So then, if you haven't really been listening to a lot of metal, what have you been listening to?
Black metal.
Black metal in general is what you've been listening to.
Metal.
Okay.
No. Yeah, not a lot of death metal.
No.
I only know Opeth as the death metal band. You know.
Sure.
Yeah, but yeah. So Crypta.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. Now, speaking of metal and getting down like some true black metal, you guys got some black metal screams going on, and
Oh, so good.
Favale, I think. Favale.
Yep.
If I don't know if I'm saying it wrong or right. I don't speak Swedish, if that's even Swedish. And Som and Truma, I believe. There's some
you
screaming.
pronounce it very well.
Ah, well, thank you. I speak German
You got the
fluently.
rolling R, everything.
Ah, thank you.
thanks.
So who's doing the screaming? Is that you, Helga?
No, it's Kai.
That's
Wow, Kai.
It's not me. It's Helga. It is Helga.
Oh my goodness.
Why are you messing with us?
That's so great. Love it
I mean,
so much.
because either way, it would be great. You
Yeah.
know, like it doesn't matter who it is.
No.
I just didn't expect that. So that's really cool.
Not me either.
Yeah.
Black metal screams. Like,
Was it
high
hard
pitch.
through your throat?
Yeah, yes, it was. This is my first time doing it. I mean,
Wow.
like properly, you know. Yeah, so it was kind of intimidating to go into the studio and do that.
I bet.
And the fact that people are watching you as well, you know, Kai
Yeah.
was there and then the producer was there.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was on the spot.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
because everyone's
And I was like,
watching
oh my
you.
gosh, I'm sorry.
Because
Everyone's
everyone's watching you.
watching.
Like,
Yeah.
Exactly. And the fact that it was mic'd up and everything.
Oh.
I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is horrible. I'm going to cry.
I would have had to
But,
been like,
I just
everybody get out,
Out.
turn all the lights off,
Yeah.
maybe light one candle and like let me stand in a corner so nobody can see
Yeah.
me, you know?
Yeah, he was so good. The producer was just really professional. And
Good.
He made me feel as comfortable as possible.
Good.
And I requested, can I just lower myself down on the floor a little bit?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And he just, you know, he did everything and he was just the best.
That's
Good.
perfect. I love hearing that
That's
because
great to hear.
it's all about being comfortable when you're
Yeah.
recording. Like that is the main thing. You know, if you're uncomfortable, it's going to come across. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's amazing. And speaking of the recording process, I found it interesting since all of you guys are in the UK, correct? Now. But you guys recorded the vocals and the guitars in a different studio from the drums.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if there was a specific like creative reason behind that. Like maybe they had like such a nice live sound room for the drums. Is that what drove you to be in multiple studios?
So we tracked drums for this record with a producer called Bob Cooper. He's a producer that I've worked with in the past on previous projects. He's also the reason we met Sammy, our drummer. This band's had a few different drummers, and we finally settled on Sammy thanks to the advice of Bob. So and Bob and Sammy have such a strong working relationship. Sammy plays on a lot of records for Bob for bands that maybe don't have a drummer and are looking for session work. And so it just felt like a natural choice that we would track drums because those two know each other so well. And as you were saying, It's all about being comfortable. They have a very strong working relationship already. It just made sense.
Perfect.
And then when it came to guitars and vocals, I had worked with Bob before, and I just wanted to try working with somebody else. And we found Tom. Tom Peters is the guitar player for an amazing progressive rock band called Alpha Male Tea Party. So definitely check those guys out.
Okay.
And we it has an amazing studio in Liverpool that we made some pretty awesome guitar tones with, and the vocals.
Nice.
Yeah, he was just brilliant with them as well. So yeah.
Nice. What kind of guitars do you play?
The guitars themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a big offset guitar guy, so I'm really into Fender Jaguars, Jazz Masters, that sort of thing. So
I wouldn't hear that from a metal act. You know what I mean? Wow.
Oh yeah. I'd say about 90% of the guitars on the album you're hearing is a Fender Jaguar.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, and what kind of amps are you guys using? Like Kempers or something like that, or?
I've got a high watt DR504, so I've got a full valve high watt amp.
Yeah.
Cab. Yeah.
Okay, mic'd up. That's great. Yeah. Because you
that might be changing soon, though. We've got some live shows coming up, and I'm starting to enter the world of all that digital modeling and stuff. So
Ooh, I want to talk about that.
Yeah, if you get into those Kempers and stuff, I mean, when you're touring, I mean, that's probably some of the best stuff that you can get. You know what I mean? But and it's such a smaller package. It's easier for live than traveling around with cabs and all that stuff and miking it all up and everything. Yeah, well, that's awesome. I love hearing that. I'm a guitar junkie myself.
You can tell, right? He's nerding out on
the
guitar
guitars in
stuff
the
with
background.
you.
Got an 8-string, a 7-string, and a 5-string fretless back there. Yeah, awesome. It's fun. Now, I wanted to talk also about another one of your songs, and kind of contrary to Farvel, is Vast and Wild.
Oh yeah.
Right? And that song is like a journey. I love it because in the beginning, it's almost like Arabic, like the vibe of it, the beat is like Arabic, right? But then you pop into this like happy, like breath of fresh air, and like I can see Aurora just dancing in a field to the music, you know what I mean? Like that's what I feel, and it feels so happy. And I'm wondering, where was the influence coming for that?
I think when I was writing it, I think I was listening or maybe thinking a little bit of the band group Vardruna.
Yes,
right.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think that, and the fact that I used to listen to a lot of pop music when I was a child, like pop music from the radio. So it's nothing that I chose myself, like I had no choice.
Right.
It was there.
Right.
So yeah, so I think just that really, and maybe the post-rocky bit that you can hear, like the guitars and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just, like Sigur Rós and
Sigur Rós is awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool. Vardruna. Yeah, we need to react to some more of them for sure. That's and it makes me think of, she's always asking me about genres and genre blending, because
we get a gazillion comments about it on the channel about genre blending and bending and
it's crazy because you guys do it in a way that's like, it's like
beautiful.
y'all are a musical smoothie, you take like that's what y'all are. Y'all take like the pop aspect, right? And the Wardrunas and the black metals, and you put it in the blender and you spin it up, and then you get Vast and Wild. And it doesn't sound like any one genre that you could really point your finger on, which is very contrasty to what I'm hearing today in bands like Sleep Token, Kim Dracula.
Yeah.
Like those changes from genres are harsh. Like it goes from pop to metal in an instant, and it's clear, So it's fun to hear what you guys do, blending so well. Do you guys like the Sleep Token type of bands where it's such a juxtaposition to what you guys do?
Yeah, I think Sleep Token are great. I like a lot of stuff that keeps you on your toes and surprises you. But I think some of I much prefer sort of the songs that perhaps take you on a journey that before you know it, you're somewhere else and you didn't quite realize how you got there. Like that kind of experience is what I enjoy the most. Bands like Godspeed You Black Emperor and things like that. By the end of a Godspeed You Black Emperor song, you're like, how did we end up here? But you're just taken on this like, journey. And so that's the sort of thing I think that influences some of what we're doing.
That's awesome. And I'm so glad we have this recorded, because there's some bands that we're going to have to be checking out for sure, right? Mm-hmm.
Thanks for the recommendations.
and another one of your songs, like we're kind of just like going through different songs on the album, but like these have really like stuck out to me. And I know you guys have talked about Skogen Mumlar, and Skogen Mumlar, that's how you say it, right? I love that song. Like the end when you guys just start rocking out in that field, like that was the first time that I saw all of you performing, and I was like, it put the biggest smile on my face. And like right before it's like all dark and chill, and you got that like chant, that like kom med mig I skogen, spring om ängarna or something.
You're so good at this.
Spring, what is it? Spring om ängarna or something.
He's been really practicing.
Something like that.
I can't believe that you know the lyrics.
It's so cool because it gets me. I feel it. Like it makes me want to just do this.
Yeah, that's how I feel when I sing it. Come on,
okay.
Springa mot ängarna. Kom och följ med mig I skogen. Springa mot ängarna.
Oh boy. I really hope we're not just completely destroying. I'm so sorry.
I know I don't speak Swedish, so
it comes from a place of love. I promise.
Yes, it's all love.
All love.
But I love that part, and then it just breaks in, and seeing you guys just jam and rock out, it made me just smile, and it was so cool.
Yeah, he's been chanting this around the house the past few days.
I'm just jamming.
Yes. I feel like I'm starting to get it now too, and we have your lyrics, so we'll have to do the translation.
I don't even know what you're saying.
Yeah.
What are you saying right there?
It says,
Sorry?
What are you saying right there, now that we're talking about it?
Come and follow me, run into the meadows, sort of thing.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes sense, you know. You kind of go
Yeah.
and run into the meadows.
Let's go. And then y'all are jamming in the meadow, right? Springamo tengerna, you know.
You're so good, I promise.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
you
you.
made his
Thank you.
day.
I love it. But one of the things that I loved about that video was seeing you guys.
Yeah.
And I know in another interview you did, you were asked about touring in 2024
Oh, right.
and you
You couldn't
couldn't
talk.
say anything. I don't know how long ago that was, but are you able to say anything yet?
Yeah,
about
we don't want to put you on the spot.
plans?
We just want to help promote. Yeah.
So we're playing a show in Sweden in Gavle, right, Helga, on the 3rd of May.
Yes.
Exciting.
Yeah, and also some more things to announce shortly, maybe next month.
Sure.
Okay.
Wait, what month are we now? Maybe this month.
We're in
March.
March now. Yeah.
Yeah. this
Okay,
month.
so it's coming up soon. So maybe
Yeah.
by the time this is out, that news will be out.
Yeah. So we can
Awesome.
Yeah.
put it out.
Oh, that
That's
would be
so
awesome.
exciting. In Sweden, are you excited, Helga, to go to
Yeah.
Sweden?
Go back
and do
home.
The first
Yeah.
performance. That's exciting.
Very excited. I was there in September last year, and that was the first since 2019 before COVID.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it felt very emotional to come back home.
I bet.
For September and finally
Yeah.
see friends again and everyone and the
Oh,
nature,
cool.
obviously. So just all these places that was so my everyday life
Right.
back then.
And you get to breathe in that air again, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's so different and just an emotional experience to be back.
Oh,
How
that's
meaningful.
awesome.
That's wonderful.
Kai, have you been to Sweden before?
I have, and it was the about maybe a month or so after I met Helga, we had the opportunity to fly to Stockholm and record a few songs that became like a kind of stripped back live session. And so I didn't see much of it because it was a very kind of intensive studio thing. But we did explore a little bit in the night, didn't we, Helga? I saw a bit of Stockholm at night, not much of it during the day, but after we finished
cool.
work, we got to have a
that's
little bit
cool.
of a walk around.
Hell yeah. Well, with any touring plans, and hopefully you guys come to the States. I mean, we'll be traveling to Europe again. We
I'd
travel
love to go to
a lot
Sweden to see
anyways.
you. Mhm.
Right. But hopefully you guys will come to the States too, because I know people would love you guys out here. So
We'd love to play in the States. Yeah,
love
we'd
to
love
play
that.
that.
So.
hell yeah, and it would be packed. I hope it would be packed, and
Absolutely.
we would do
absolutely.
everything we can do to help promote you
Yeah.
guys,
Thank you
because
so
you
much.
guys are
Absolutely.
awesome. And speaking of touring, if you could pick any band to go on tour with, who would it be?
Ooh.
Both of you guys.
Okay.
You go, Kai.
Any band, it doesn't matter, big, small, whatever.
I'd like to tour with maybe like 70s King Crimson. If I could go on tour with.
Ooh.
Yes.
I think I will on tour with them. I mean, King
Yes.
Crimson is still killing it, but I love that lineup, like Bill
Yeah.
Bruford and
Right. You're really into the proggy stuff, and
great.
you're breaking out King Crimson. That's awesome.
Ooh.
Hell yeah. How about you, Helga?
Does it have to be one band only?
No, you can pick 2, 3, make a
whole
lineup.
Lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
I
manifesting it into the future then, yeah?
Yeah, I'd really love to go on tour with Opeth,
Yes.
maybe Crypta,
Okay.
if they would allow us to tour with them.
Yeah.
And Siguros.
Oh,
as well.
yeah.
Gross. Mm.
That would be a dream.
Oh, man. I can't see it not happening if
No.
you guys keep going the way you're going. Like,
Helga Vision Board. I see it coming. It's gonna yeah.
and I mean,
Great.
Mikhail would love you guys, I hope he's heard you guys, because there's no reason he wouldn't look at this and be like, this is amazing. And we
Amazing.
should have them with us. So there's no reason that any of that wouldn't be possible. Will,
crossed.
Seasons of Mist, all you guys.
Make it happen, Will.
Y'all need to get on them emails and be like, Mikhail, everybody, Sigur
Yeah.
Ross, get Helga,
need Helga.
on a tour.
Yeah.
And
and Sigur
have,
Ross on the phone.
right, and have Opeth be
Go on
the
a
opening
petition.
act. Right. You guys are gonna be the headliners.
Yeah.
Opeth in front of you, Sigur Ross in front of Opeth.
Yeah.
That's
sure.
how
Oh my god.
that's how it's gotta be. Okay. Now, so in 2024, I know you mentioned doing some new music,
Yeah.
and that's got to be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Do you see yourselves going heavier at all? Not that you need to,
Yeah.
but you know, you did the black metal screams on a couple of little parts. Do you see yourself getting heavier?
I mean, I don't mind heavier.
I mean, if it comes naturally, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Whatever becomes, but
You're not against it.
yeah, I'm not against it. Also, you know, after listening to bands like Crypta, I mean, they're definitely heavier than us. But you know, I mean, I don't mind a little bit of that, a little bit of a heavy death metal. Not much, maybe.
Yeah.
Because I
For
don't
sure.
feel like, for me at the moment, I don't feel like I can do that. Like I'm not natural.
Okay.
Like a very heavy person.
Sure.
For
so to
sure.
speak. So,
Yeah.
as far as I know myself, anyway. So, yeah.
And you know, what's the drummer's name? Sammy.
Sammy.
You're
Sammy,
you're
right?
Sammy, yep.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
call him up and I'm gonna be like, hey, the next song y'all start writing, blast beats the whole time.
I don't think Helga would appreciate that. Perhaps not
Helga's
Kai
gonna be like,
either.
what am I supposed to do with that?
Yeah, no.
Better stop practicing now.
No.
Right? Right? Better get that spring on my turn, you know, like you got to change that whole vibe into that black metal with the glory claw, you know.
Oh, Glory Claw.
That's what
You know
it's all
what
about.
We made that. It's a made up thing. That's not a thing anyway. Glory Claw. It's just like that feeling you get when you just want to.
Y'all know it. Y'all know it when you hear that epic music and you're just like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm going to wrap this up, but we got a couple of
Fun
more fun
questions.
questions if you guys have a few minutes.
Yeah.
And,
Sure.
you know, we just always like to ask some things that don't have anything to do with anything, you know, just to get
Just
to
for
know
fun.
you guys, you know.
Oh.
So do either one of you have any kind of secret talents that
Oh,
not already
yes.
out there?
talents.
And you can't say rock climbing because I already saw you, Helga, climbing up on that rock.
Ah, right.
Can't say that. We already know.
Well, it's not a talent, really, because I'm not good at it.
Okay, well, the talent is not falling.
There you go.
Right, so, why am I
Oh,
laughing?
it's great.
So any secret talents?
I don't know. I like fencing. I fence from time to time. Foil.
Fun.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
Helga?
Not with Helga, but with a good friend of mine. Yeah.
Nice.
Wow, that's cool. I
Yeah.
never would have thought that. I love hearing that
fun.
stuff. That's
Yeah.
cool.
This is great.
How about you, Helga? Anything that
Is it a hidden talent? I mean, I like dancing. Is that a thing?
It can be.
yeah, of
Sure.
course. I can't do it. So yeah.
That's
Oh,
great.
Yeah. So yeah, a little bit of dancing. I'm not like the best dancer ever, but I do enjoy it. So yeah.
I'd also say for Helga, she's always studying languages. She can speak like so many languages.
Oh my gosh,
and,
no, that's the
Wow.
biggest secret. You revealed it.
So
Oh, we
okay.
didn't hear it. We
Well,
didn't hear
no. I kind of knew because in one of the other interviews you mentioned about how you can write songs in different
In different
languages. So I
languages.
already knew. But what languages do you speak, or can you write in, or?
Oh, it's a secret. But
okay.
It's
no,
a secret.
some-
Well, yeah,
some-
secret talents.
Yeah. Secret talent. Gosh. So some I'm more fluent than the others.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I know a little bit of Italian, maybe not the perfect, but I don't really, I can't speak it fluently, but
Sure.
when someone starts talking in Italian, maybe I can understand like
Yeah.
50, 60% of it.
Okay, we're gonna test you.
Oh boy.
Ah!
I
You-
know what he's gonna say.
you ready?
Yeah. It's
Questo sono popetti piccanti.
Oh, picante, questo sono, oh my gosh, picante,
Yeah.
is that strong, spicy?
Spicy.
good job.
Questo sono polpetti piccanti.
You're not
Oh,
expected
no.
to know this. No one is expected to know this.
It's the only Italian I know, and
Okay.
anytime we've gone to Italy, I say it like 8 million times.
Yeah.
It means that's a spicy meatball.
So there's that.
So you got the Italian going. Okay, we've got the
Brilliant.
Swedish and English.
Yeah, oh gosh, do I have to tell you everything?
Oh no, you don't. Honestly, if you're uncomfortable, don't really worry about it.
Don't
It's
listen to
more
her.
for
You
fun.
have to tell
It's
us
for fun.
everything right
No,
now.
you don't.
I have some other weird kind of, I don't want to say obsessions, but I kind of really want to learn them as soon as I find time when I'm not doing
For
music
sure.
or whatever.
Mhm.
Like Mongolian, for example. I want to learn Mongolian or
Wow.
Russian, stuff
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
Like Arabic or something.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Stuff like this. Like, people don't expect you, when they look at you, they're like, oh, she speaks
Yes.
Arabic. Oh, I can't believe it, stuff like this. Because I don't know, it's just something about language that I think that really connects you to the people.
Absolutely.
Like, in
Yeah.
a deeper way.
Yes.
You speak their tongue and that's very meaningful to them.
Absolutely.
It's like they see you in a
100%.
different light as soon as, you speak their tongue. And I think that's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that.
I
Those
love
are
that.
great things. Thank you both for sharing those with
Yep.
us.
And, okay, last question.
Oh,
All right.
It's got to be a good one.
Yeah. If you could turn into any animal, what would it be?
Okay.
Any animal, I would be a goat. I think they look cool as hell, and they're always like depicted as like,
Black metal.
Because they climb up
evil.
sideways of a mountain?
Hell yeah! And they've got like their sideways, what are they like? The
Pupils?
kind of pupils
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
They-
But
I
you
don't
wouldn't
know,
be
I-
one of the feigning goats, right? The kind
No, of
where
course
like
not.
you just fall over.
Would you be the goat that wore the pajamas and jumped
The
around?
ibex one, the goats, the mountain goats are really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll be
With
on something like
climax.
that thin and just be
Yeah.
chilling,
Yeah.
posted up, like,
And they
what's
just
up,
lay
y'all?
on the rock, attached on the wall, and like licking the salt.
Right,
Like-
right. Like nothing. Like they're not even scared. They're just like, this is my life. What fools?
That's it.
Okay, so Kai's the goat. How about
Kai's
you,
the
Helga?
goat.
I like the feeling of flight, like flying. So I definitely say some sort of bird. I don't
I
know
knew
exactly
it.
which, but
He
bird,
guessed yours was going to be a bird.
I
Oh,
thought
really?
that. I thought
Yeah.
that, yeah. Totally, because it's
That's
the
beautiful.
freedom and just flying and just
Yeah.
you're just free as a bird. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
you can do
yeah,
anything
yeah,
you
yeah.
want. And that's how I kind of see you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
That's awesome. So we got birds and goats.
Don't get me started. Sometimes on a fun road trip, I'll just sit and pontificate about if birds have feelings, and do they enjoy flying or is it a burden for them? And so that touches my heart.
Oh man.
Goat Kai, that was a surprise, but a fun one. So thank you for that.
Yeah, we're gonna have
Yeah.
Kai chilling up on the mountain, balancing on like 1 millimeter,
salt.
and then Helga's gonna fly in and land right on his crooked eyelid, and they're just gonna be chilling like. She's gonna be like, "What's up, dude?"
Let's take it to another wall.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I'll just pick you up. We're gonna go somewhere else. We're gonna
Yeah.
travel. Oh man.
Oh, that was fun. Thanks
Yeah.
again. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time. It has been an
Yeah.
absolute pleasure, and you guys are just gems of human beings, and we love you.
we do.
so
We hope it
much.
hasn't been
Thanks so
too
much,
painful
guys.
and a bit fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
So much.
It's been awesome.
You guys are so good.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you.
We're excited to promote you, and we'll be following along in your journey to see where and when you're going to be playing. And we look forward to meeting you in person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Me too.
Awesome.
I'm gonna come
would
up
love to
on
meet you guys.
stage when y'all are singing. Y'all aren't even gonna know. I'm gonna be in a goat outfit. I'm gonna be like, "Spring, I'm a thing now. Come on, mid. I'm gonna do it. Watch. I'm gonna come up from
Yeah.
behind, and y'all are gonna be like, "What?"
If you need a backup singer or not. But fun fact, Jeremy's also a concert photographer. So in the event, we're ever at a show with you, he could show you some of his work, but we can't wait to capture that.
I'm wearing goat horns
also.
and wings.
Yeah. We'll get your attention.
All right, you guys. Well,
Thank
thank you
you.
very much for taking the time. Everybody out there, make sure you hit the description, and all the links are down there to go check out Helga.
Go support them.
Go support
Yes.
them. Go buy their music. Don't
Yes.
stream it. Go buy it.
Buy
and,
it.
And play it all. No, buy it and then stream it all the time, so that way they get double dippings.
Yeah.
Do it.
Great
And,
advice. Great advice.
and we are going to get on out of here. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button
Thank you
right
very
there.
much.
Thank you very much. And we'll see all of you guys soon. Have fun, my friends.
Peace.
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 Peace.